Hello, my name is Amy Martin. People often associate objects to show who they are, their values, opinions, beliefs, and to remember the past. Objects that are special to people can include material objects such as photographs, heirlooms that have been handed down throughout families for generations, or even family members, pets, and friends. Most everyone has something that is very important to them and that can be represented by an object. Something that I hold true to myself is teaching. To represent teaching, I've chosen this elementary math book for 5th grade. I chose this artifact to represent teaching because inside the covers of this book, the world of mathematics is exposed to the child. Concepts the child has never known before are waiting to be captivated. I remember as a child in kindergarten wanting to learn to read. I remember finding it so fascinating that each letter had a sound specific to that letter. When letters were put together and their sounds, words were created that could be read. So why is education important to me? I believe that a strong education backed by standards creates a person that is well-rounded and ready to conquer the world. With education, finding cures to diseases is possible, walking on the moon is a reality, and the servicemen and women make a difference in our lives daily. I believe that education opens the world to the empty mind and enables the unseen to be discovered. As I was growing up, friends and family members told me that I should become a teacher. I didn't think too much of the idea at the time, since I had dreams and ambitions of becoming everything from a veterinarian to a radiologist. Teachers do not get paid well enough, I thought, and they spend their days dealing with problem students, their parents, and all day in the classroom. It was not until I was a senior in high school that I truly considered the idea of becoming a teacher. I was required to do a 75-hour volunteer project. I did this project at a local elementary school. In fact, I did this project in my own kindergarten class. It was then and there that I fell in love with the kids and being in the classroom. Since the volunteer work, I have had many opportunities to work with students and children. I have worked with the children's group at my church, and I worked at an after-school program where I tutored students, helped with homework, and planned and created events and activities for them. Over the past year, I've begun substitute teaching in local elementary schools. I love it, and I know that in the classroom is right where I belong. There is nothing more satisfying than knowing that I made a difference in a child's life and seeing that little light bulb go off when they have learned something new. Have you ever thought of a teacher as a babysitter? It's not so. The teacher has many roles and has a very exhausting job. While they do have summers off, and that sounds quite nice, I can assure you that the teacher is spending her summer months collecting items to use for her classroom and finding new lesson plans. Some of the roles the teacher plays include maintaining safety for the students in her classroom, creating goals of high achievement, demonstrating leadership for her students, managing all 20 to 25 behaviors in one classroom, differentiating the instruction for all learners, whether they are auditory learners, visual, kinesthetic, hands-on, or English language learners and students with disabilities. She also has to teach by the Sunshine State Standards, which were put into place by the state of Florida to ensure that students are learning what they need to by the time they exit their grade. Teachers also need to build a sense of self-esteem within their students. They assess students to formulate a plan on where each student is to be throughout the school year. Teachers also have to have a reward and discipline system when needed. They create a learning environment that is safe and engaging. They communicate with parents, uphold equality in the diverse classroom, and document everything that goes on in the classroom, including keeping running records and evidence created by the students. As you can see, teaching is not an easy or relaxing job. It is quoted that teaching is the essential profession, the one that makes all other professions possible. Without well-qualified, caring, and committed teachers, neither improved curricula and assessments nor safe schools, not even the highest standards in the world, will ensure that our children are prepared for the challenges and opportunities in America's third century. Without teachers, the world we live in would be complete chaos. Our future is dependent upon creating persons who lead, honor, and respect each other, hold jobs, whether they are doctors and lawyers, or farmers and construction workers, and are a part of society. It is not about creating students who will go on to college, but instead creating a working and respectful class of people. Former President Bill Clinton quoted in 1998 that every child needs and deserves dedicated, outstanding teachers who know their subject matter, are effectively trained, and know how to teach high standards to make learning come alive for the students. I could not agree more.